Well, it's always difficult to reinvent the wheel, which is what you have to do in business sometimes.
Mm,
It's also a big commitment to do one thing for a long period of time. You you really need to be able to invest in yourself and everything else around about you. The the idea that pops into my head is that if you don't continue to grow, you burn out
mm,
because um, burnout is there's not enough energy coming in. You're exporting your energy out, but there's nothing coming in, and this happens when we have stagnation in business,
mhm,
where you reach a certain level and you don't grow. Now, it's difficult after 20 years.
mm,
And there's a number of different ways to look at it. One way to look at it is is that there's the there's the midlife crisis principle, which is that around the age of 40 or 40 to 45, a lot of people start to question what it is that they're doing. They start to question, is it right? Is it the right thing? Did I make the right choice? And this is because when you're in the middle, you can look back and it's a long way back, and you can look forward and it's a long way forward. Because it's difficult at that midpoint, and if you're running a marathon, and life is kind of this really long marathon. If you're running a marathon, the midpoint is the hard point. Like when you're right in the middle, you have to decide whether to keep going or to give up completely. And
mm,
um, and a lot of people experience this this psychological state, which is commonly referred to as a midlife crisis. Of course, the term midlife crisis doesn't mean anything, but it's just a way of explaining a lot of different things that come together to show us that we are that we're not growing in the way that we need to grow, and and that's key. The other way to look at it is to think about the fact that uh, 40 is the new 20. 40 is the new 20. Now, what does this mean? Well, in the past, if we go back, say a generation ago, maybe just more than a generation ago, you had to make all your decisions at 20. Now the world has changed. You don't have to make all your decisions at 20 because if you live a healthy life, you can expect to live to be 80 years old. So there was no definite or definitive guarantee of any kind of future in the past. But now we in Western society have slightly more stable lifestyles. And the result of this, and better medical care and healthcare in general. So we can expect to live for a little bit longer. So if 40 is the new 20, then theoretically at the age of 40, you should be able to project the same perspective that you have at the age of 20, which is there's a future ahead of me. I've got a lot of experience or some experience. I can take that and I can use that in a positive way and I can move forward. And so it's very much a choice that people make. People make a choice to go out and embrace things and do things no matter what, or they they take a step back. And when people get slightly comfortable, it's always dangerous. It's always dangerous. And I think that you shouldn't really be comfortable in your business life. I think in being at home is different. Family is different. Now there's another argument that you should run your family like a business, and that you should have some plans and you should care about it. But I think family is a different type of security for people. And in business, you need to be growing, you need to be moving, you need to be um, constantly refreshed by what it is that you're doing, and you need to be challenged as well. When you stop being challenged, it's just
sorry.
it's just not exciting anymore. And if it's not exciting, there's no reason to get up. And